Boy, the gorilla should be joining us shortly here. I did just hit the button incorrectly over at the private chat, so let me fix that. Sorry about that, folks. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a moment and put the YouTube link over in the Discord. All right, there we go. Got the private one going, private stream going. Gorilla should be joining us. I haven't heard from him, but he should be sauntering in with his hairy ass here shortly. So let's go ahead and get that link shared over. Let's see if anybody is. Okay, we got some people in the private chat. That's good. And let's grab that link on YouTube. Send it over. We had quite the weekend, of course. You know, this is obviously the post Hamas attack weekend, and I don't believe the stock market was open yesterday. I don't think so. It was Columbus Day, aka Indigenous Peoples Day. If you want to not give that holiday to the colonizers, so you know, I don't think the market was open. So the market open this morning could be pretty, pretty violent, if you will. I mean, I don't mean violent in a in a fighting way. I mean to say the very volatile is the way to put it. Come join us live, everyone. Okay. And so that being said, a little tiny trade on it. I couldn't resist. I just got a little, I'd almost call it a test trade on the euro. It's ahead. You know, the forces aligned. But you know what? That market open could hit and I could get jacked. I mean, these things do happen. And that's why the trade is so small. I just threw it on. It's why I started 2 minutes late because I was trying to get this trade on. It was just irresistible. But again, you know, it's not against my rules because this is a test trade size entry. It's nothing. Let's put in that. So I wanted to get that on before I started, but the risk to reward is like 5-1. So basically it's toy money, but the result could be much better than toy money. Beautiful. So let's see how it goes. So yeah, I pretty much stayed out of the market yesterday. Being a holiday, it's just not the day to be in, not the time to be in trades, historically. So we'll see how, of course, that goes today. And it's really not the best time to trade if you ask me. Let's take a look at some stocks here to see if that was open yesterday, because I thought I saw some like memes or something about, you know, stocks going up because of the Israel thing, but I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. Couldn't be open. It's probably memes. Just memes. All right, looks like the gorilla is here. Let's get him on. Gorilla. Hello. You're in. Plunger.
Can you hear me?
I'm going to take Plunger over to Israel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, we got a lot of people dying over there.
Yeah, it's a dicey situation. Yeah.
I'll tell you what gets me the most.
If I get a drip this Thursday about it, you know, it's gonna be fire. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, for sure, dude. I mean, to me, it's just, let me see. So, it looks like the stock market was open yesterday. I'm kind of surprised because it was indigenous. I don't know. I'm seeing movement.
It was Indigenous Peoples Month.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
That is correct.
I'm seeing it open because
how dare they?
How dare they
desecrate the memories of Indigenous people?
Seriously.
I mean,
seriously,
God.
dude. I mean, seriously.
I mean, if those ridiculous Europeans would have just stayed out of those native lands,
yep,
my God, and allow those natives to really develop, they could have been amazing. They could have graduated from sticking chicken bones in their nose to goat bones and stuff, and move from grass.
I think what it was that basically we could have allowed the natives to conquer each other instead of the Europeans conquering them. Right. I think that might have been. No, a lot of the natives were living in peace and stuff. But look, here's the thing. The history is history. It's over.
It is not history when it's a mystery.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. I'm pumped up this morning, bro. I think I had too much coffee, and I just started drinking coffee, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, what are you talking about? You've been drinking coffee since you were like 6, dude.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying like this morning. I just started drinking coffee right now, right? Like this morning.
Freaking like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm pumped. There's a lot of things going on, dude. I'm excited.
You're humped? What, dude? Jesus
I am pumped.
Pumped. Are you pumped by plunger?
Plunger.
We got Lisa Gray in the house. Brad King. Thank you all for coming on to YouTube, saying what's up. Appreciate that. Yeah, definitely interesting news stuff. I mean, obviously, if the market was open yesterday, and then of course, if you got into any kind of Illuminati stock, as Dash used to call them, defense stocks. So Lockheed Martin, Raytheon. This I'll see if I can find that meme. I know somebody posted it probably on my channel in the Rogue Discord, but it's like, those stocks are all up 6-7%. Yeah, here it is right here. I'll throw it up on the let me share the screen real quick. I mean, there's just, dude, I don't know. It's so early.
Up 1,000%. It doesn't mean anything. You understand? Well, there's a limit. I know it means something in the market and trading world, but in the actual,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
exactly. In the physical world, it means jack diddly squat. You could have 1,000% rise in all the defense stocks and whatnot. The fact of the matter is, there's a point where the phony baloney, fictitious fantasy economy stops and the physical economy begins, and that is manufacturing. And you could have all the defense stocks you want; they could all go up, 1,000x, but doesn't mean you could actually make those weapons that those stocks are supposed to contribute to.
Yeah, I don't know whether I mean, those factories exist. Are they?
Oh yeah, they exist. They have no capacity to do anything.
I know. I mean, Boeing is still going pretty strong up in Seattle. But Boeing is showing the least amount of profit out of all those. Boeing's only up like 0.3%.
If you take the government teat away, Boeing would collapse overnight.
Oh, any of these companies would. Obviously, they're all defense companies. Exactly. All their money comes from defense. I mean, it's not, it's the thing is that's just, look, I mean, if you ask me, the defense industry, by and large, is just how socialism is done in this country.
Yep. Don't say that though. Don't mention that.
Don't mention what?
The typical normie's head might explode.
Is the typical normie watching us? And I want their head to explode. Actually, let it go. Let it explode.
At least there's proof of there's some brain matter there. At least.
Yeah, I mean, look, if their head explodes, at least like they're listening and a narrative got crushed. Yeah. A lot of, I think the typical normie just bounces right off, or one ear, in one ear out the other, or whatever. I don't know that the typical normie is gonna get anything. They're just gonna be, oh, that person's wears tinfoil hat, and let's just go ahead. Yeah. That doesn't do anything. They're so far gone into the matrix. They're the,
oh God, yeah.
They're the ones that you just can't. They don't want you can't bring them out of the matrix. Like it's not possible for them. So. That's just where it is, and that's fine. I mean, we'll make money off them too. They'll just continue pumping money into the wrong stuff, and we'll be trading against them. So, God bless the normies. Let the normies reign. Because look, here's the thing about it. That whole group, the what is it? The rude awakening for them is going to be so nasty that whatever they're doing is going to matter not, because I don't think that. I mean, look, there's a collapsing of narratives all over the place right now, and I think that what's going on over in the Levant is part of that. I think that whatever's happening over there is in part a reaction to narratives crumbling.
Yep, it really is, man. It really is. I think in the private channel, I'll let out some key details.
What's that?
When we go to the private lab, I think I'll put out a few nuggets. Because I had one of my very good friends. My dog. One of my very good friends.
That's your best friend right there.
Huh? Yeah.
That's your best friend. Yeah.
That's my. He just turned 5 months today.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah, he's like 35 pounds already.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but one of my best friends. He was in the IDF. And right now he's vacationing in all throughout the Southeast Asia right now and stuff like that. But Man, well, I'll tell you what he told me when he was in the Golani units and stuff.
Hey, look what I put on the screen.
It makes total sense. Hold on. I'm trying to. I stand with you. You stand with Israel. Yeah, I mean, this is a lot for the normies, man. First, it was the vaccine, then the max mandates, and then Ukraine, and then the election, then Ukraine.
We're on YouTube. We support vaccines.
We love it. I'm 5 times boosted.
I'm 6 times boosted. It's wonderful. I
have a lot more energy and focus thanks to my boosters.
Oh yeah, dude, go get boosted. What was that one? Get vaccinated. Make an appointment.
Make an appointment.
Yeah, bunch of rainbow dudes singing.
Oh yeah, I love the rainbow people too. They're the best.
Oh, they're great.
They're great for civilization. When there's a proliferation of the rainbow people, that's typically when a civilization is ascending.
Yes,
not
way
collapsing.
Up.
It's on the way. It's on the way up. It's not collapsing. It's just on the way up. It's wonderful.
Way up, definitely.
It's a sign. We're on the right track here in America, man.
Yeah. Yep. Anal track. There was what was it? Oh yeah, one of the things one of my socialist buddies said. We were talking about it, and I was saying, "Hey, I got a buddy in LA you should talk to." I said, "He's like you. He's a leftist." I said, "He's a hard leftist." I'm like, "Oh," he goes, "Oh, I'm not." He says, "I believe in capitalism. I'm a flaccid leftist." I'm like, "Flaccid leftist? Isn't that kind of a redundant statement? Isn't that like saying a wet swimmer?"
Only a flaccid capitalist. A flaccid leftist. Wow.
Because I said hard leftist, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not a hard leftist." But I'm thinking flaccid leftist. I mean, isn't that kind of redundant?
Flaccid leftist. Oh. That's incredible. That's incredible. Incredible. That's what Macron is saying right now as he's clinging very loosely to power.
I saw some guys in France. And they were like, they tore up a European flag and replaced with a French flag. Bunch of nationalists, if you would want to call them that.
Yeah, no, I did not see that. I missed that. I got to.
Yeah. No, there's some rally.
That's sick.
You guys used to sing it as a little kid. There's a place in France where the naked ladies dance in a hole in the wall where the men can see them all.
No. Was that your kindergarten song?
Third grade, I think it was.
That was great.
Yeah.
Back in the day, where the men were men and the chrome and the women were
What chrome? The chrome was still on the trailer hitch.
Something like
oh, God. When the men were men and the chrome was still on the trailer hitch, and the golf ball hadn't been sucked through the garden hose, dude.
The golf. It sounds like a Chinese proverb. Oh my God.
And then the chrome was still on the trailer hitch, dude.
Yeah, I remember the days when the chrome was still on the trailer hitch and the men were straight. And the women the women were I don't know.
And the leaf blowers were not being suck started.
Oh my God.
We went off the rails.
What are we talking about right now?
I don't even know.
What is this?
I don't know what it means. I just know that I believe in being,
folks. Join Algo Factory for laughs.
Yeah, definitely for laughs
and spills.
That's very funny. I got a little trade on. I threw this on. I was kind of talking about this as you were sipping your coffee, getting ready to hop on here. But I got a little trade on, and it was too irresistible not to take. I put a little tiny bit of money on it as it qualifies as like a test trade. Because as the market opens here in about 45 minutes, this thing could just get knocked right out.
It can be a plunger.
Plunger. But there is no, obviously the market was open yesterday. I mean, it was supposed to be a bank holiday yesterday. So for the stock market to be open was curious. I don't know if it's like that every Columbus Day or if that's because Israel or something, but long story short, if the market was open yesterday, I'm comfortable taking, this little pre-market trade because the forces are aligned on this one. It's a little hard to resist. So, and when you have a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio, it's like, well, screw it, dude. I can make a realistic gain on such a small entry. Why not? I'm going to talk to my coder today. And so we have the what you're looking at on the screen is the next algo. So it's next gen algo. I've been actually kind of picking away at it. So it is something that's been pieced together, and I finally kind of arranged. I spent literally 6.5 hours in front of the computer. So I didn't eat lunch. I was like, basically it's a day off. It's a federal holiday. I'm gonna finally get something done on this next gen. And you can see how simple it is because the algo you got all used to looking at on my screen is. Let me see if I can bring it up. Let's see, where is it? Blanjar. So look, this is the algo you're used to looking at, and of course I'll collapse it down to the normal amount of screens, so you're not like eyes don't cross on this. So it looks like this. There's a lot of indicators. You don't use all of them in this algo. I just keep. I bet you I use 2/3 of these. I keep them on the screen because they are helpful. And I'm always adding or subtracting or manipulating the algos. And so I keep these other indicators on there to see if sort of my mind can work on them in the background. And I'm so used to staring at so many indicators, I can do that. When you're new, it's very hard to do. It's extremely hard to stare at this many indicators. It's just your brain fries, but my brain is used to it. So I can do it. But a nice typical algo, like, look at this. You're looking at 1, 2, 3 indicators. That's it. And not every screen has, every screen has a max of, in this case, 2 that are actually being used. And some of them, 2 screens only have one screen. So this is more of a realistic algorithm that somebody might build, who has not been doing this for years, right? So that's one thing to know. Especially for newer people who are looking at this channel, it's like, oh, they look at this thing and they're like, oh man, I can't even I can't even think when I look at that. Like, well, most people couldn't. What's interesting, if you look at Apple, that's a pretty significant pre-market downward move. So I think there might be some cool off talk on Israel. I don't know. We'll find out. V's got a buddy who used to be in IDF going to talk to us. We're going to get a Monday kind of a drip, evidently. But it looks like Apple's going to open down. See that? Popped up hard yesterday. Plunger, getting plunger. Ma'am, you have wrecked my mind. Do not call here again.
That's pretty good, bro.
Thank you.
That's really good.
Like good Northern Indian.
Very good, my friend.
I don't know if that's Northern or, he talks so fast. I'm assuming it's not Southern.
Wow. No, that's
I don't know.
Southern.
I don't know enough about Indian accent. So still learning on that one. Everybody with the Indian accent, they just like watch TV and they think of like Abu from The Simpsons or something.
That is right, my friend.
But you got Apple right now. Looks like it's going to gap down. But at the same time, I haven't looked at the major headlines. I kind of woke up a little later than usual today. Like. Instead of the ass crack of dawn, I just woke up at the crack of dawn, so I didn't get a chance to look at the headlines. But this little gap down is probably just profit taking. Unless there's a lot of cool off talk, unless there is a talk of truce. But Israel is really rattling sabers right now. I don't know if you can rattle sabers after the conflict has begun, but they're basically saying we're going to come in there and do some big stuff. And
they're talking a lot of shit, man.
Talk a lot of shit, and Israel is, they are people who have been fighting all of the time. Like they're one group that you can kind of believe they're going to do something when they talk trash. So I don't. I really hope that the like dying stops. That's my whole thing. I understand, dude. Your family gets killed. It's hard to just stand there and not do anything. So I couldn't like say, hey, stop the fighting, like me from my comfortable armchair in a country that hasn't
stop the violence, Rodney King. Stop the violence.
Yeah, I feel that way.
Rodney King.
I would prefer that the dying and the violence stop. It's just I don't know how realistic that is. You just have people who got killed, and so I don't have any like judgment for people right now who want to go and fight. I get it. I'm not trying to say anything other than I understand.
It's a mess that is of Israel's making. I'll leave it at that.
Leave it at that. Yeah, that's I'll not have. I don't have enough information on it. I do, but I don't, so I'm not going to comment.
Listen to the
especially not
gorilla.
here.
For those that missed the yesterday's show, I kind of broke down everything for y'all. Go listen to it.
There was a show yesterday. Okay, I didn't even know,
Right.
bro. I figured there wasn't going to be one because Indigenous Peoples Day.
Well, after I sacrificed a goat with my local indigenous person, I went ahead and I had to comment on the Israel thing because there was so much shit happening, and I don't want to be late to the party.
Hey, man, I get it. I'll have to listen to the show. Give me something to listen to. Be great. I'm just going to be fucking tweaking. Excuse my language. I'm just going to be tweaking this algo like all day long until I talk to our coder tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, some of the people in here know who the coder is. So
he's simply just, known as. Some say that he's a member of the Beatles. Others say that he is a pilot in the Royal Air Force. All we know is he is the coder.
Some say he flies beetles through the sky, giant bugs. What? I don't know.
I'm doing my Jeremy Clarkson impersonation from Top Gear.
Oh, is he the guy that goes
when he introduces the Stig? Classic.
It introduces who?
The Stig.
I don't even know who Jeremy Clarkson is, dude.
Bro,
I know who Kelly Clarkson is.
Dude, Top Gear is a rite of passage. Top Gear is probably one of the most popular shows on Gosman. It was when you had the three original hosts, yeah, which was Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May.
Dude, I used to watch my brother and I used to watch that.
Huh?
My brother and I used to watch that.
Watch what?
Top Gear.
You sure it's the same Top Gear?
Mm-hmm.
But then you just said you don't know who Jeremy Clarkson is.
Yeah, I know. I watch it once in a while with him.
Oh.
He always had it on. My brother's a gearhead.
Yes. Some say. Classic line. Some say. But go ahead, man. I digress.
No, it's all good. If you want to start talking about cars, I'm all about it.
No,
that's just here's the thing about it. When
I want to talk about plungers. Go ahead.
Plunger. Yeah, no, I was at that point in my life. I was pretty much not watching TV. Is kind of what went down there. I was doing other stuff.
Were you in a dark place?
No, not at all. My parents took my parents took the television out of the house when we were kids.
Oh.
So, TV culture is like, I watched a lot of TV and then no TV. That's how that went. And then my sister came down the stairs at whatever, 9 years old or something, dressed, or I think she was younger, and she was dressed like Clarissa Explains It All, which you don't want your daughter dressed like that at 9 or whatever age. And then as soon as that happened, my dad's like, okay, we're cutting off the cable. That was it. No more cable. And we had a television, we had a VCR, freaking, we had classic Disney movies in there back before Disney went the route that it did.
Oh yeah, the princess movies and stuff.
The old like Snow White, like the original Snow White and all that.
Not Snowtan and the 7 climate activists.
Yeah, I heard that one was really bad. I
don't even think they're going to release it. Disney's done an about face. Did you hear about this?
I'd love to hear if it's true because I want to take.
No, it is true. Bob Iger has relented. He's like, yeah, we're going to focus on actually making quality content now. They're done.
Is that what he said?
Yes, and it looks like all the ESG writers are getting fired left and right all over Hollywood.
Good, man. Dude, that's a
big win.
That's a huge win, dude. Like that's like I'm so, and everybody's tired of it, but it's to a point where Disney had to slash their ticket prices too for young kids because no one's taking the kids to Disneyland.
50% off, man.
Yep. And that's how it is. Like I like Disneyland. My wife and I got a 3-day pass. We still live in LA because we like Disneyland. We're like, well, my sister-in-law has like an annual pass. She goes all the time. And it's like, she's one of those people. And we love that place. And I'm like, all right, cool. But we went there like, we don't love it that much. Like, we don't want to spend an entire day here more than say once or twice a year, right? Like, that's not our thing. But still, dude, like as a kid growing up in Southern California, that was a magical place to be, dude. Like, the best memories are at Disneyland. That's just how it is. And so, you kind of want your kids to have that. But in Disney's current iteration, ain't no money going to Disney. No how. Like, it's just not going to happen, dude. Like,
no,
we're not paying for nothing.
They launched a $7,000 a night hotel called the Star Cruiser. It's supposed to be like the inside of some sort of Star Wars ship.
That sounds cool.
It flopped so bad. As soon as they opened it, like it was like barely occupied, and it basically crashed and burned. They just shut it down. They've lost billions of dollars, man.
Good.
Billions of dollars.
Yeah, good. I mean, I as far as I'm concerned, the market is speaking and has spoken. If you're going to lose billions of dollars, here's my question about it though. How is it that they allow it to get that bad, dude? Disney was a freaking hardcore company back like 20 years
Well,
ago.
also another thing. What's this guy's name? Simon Plentz. Is it Simon Plentz? I'll tell you right now who the guy is. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you.
Sure.
It's Peltz.
Let's take a look at Disney. Since we're a trading show, we're not.
The guy's name is Peltz. He's like a major Trump supporter from Florida. He just Ethan Peltz or Nathan Peltz. He just took he's looking to get he's a chairman in Disney, and he's looking to get the majority chairmanship. And he is the guy who is trying to correct the ship. And there's a lot of the Disney board that is completely unhappy in the direction that Iger took Disney. So it's a big deal, man.
Bob Iger is really
Bob Iger's a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's. I mean, I think
Nelson Peltz. That's it. It's Nelson Peltz.
I think Bob might have been forced into it. Like, I don't, because Bob, I think he was on the ship for a while before
he was. Then he left, and then it was Bob Chapek who took over, and then they fired Bob Chapek on a Sunday night at an Elton John concert. They just fired him, and then put Iger back in. And Iger was the architect of all the woke nonsense that happened in Disney. And now, and he didn't care because Iger never lived in Florida. Iger lives in L.A. at the Disney offices in LA. So he never had to deal with the consequences. All the idiots in LA never had to deal with the consequences of all the decisions that Disney was making. So they never had to go to Florida. They never have to meet with the main office. Iger was barely there. So all he was, interested in was going to his, Hollywood parties and rubbing elbows with the celebrity elites and
rubbing something
with the elites. You got that right. And
look at this chart, dude. Like, look at this chart. Okay, so here's the thing. Of course, during the pandemic, when money was being crammed into everything, there was a pretty violent move up, right? But look what's happened in Disney since. I mean, these candles, look how long they are. This trajectory is highly concerning. As of now, the candles have gotten smaller in the last 4 or 5 months. So it might be that the market is kind of getting a whiff of how bad things are. I mean, or I should say, getting a whiff of how things might be turning. But each one of these supports right here is when Disney stock holders panicked. And that's where the price is right now. Price is at a panic point going back to 2015. 2015. What stock is at 2015 levels, dude? I mean, maybe more are because I know things have been falling for a while. But holy crap. I mean, the S&P 500 is not at 2015 levels, is it? Let's see. I don't think it is. Let's see. And the S&P 500 involved, look at this. It's not even anywhere near that, dude. 2015 is like 1,800. It's like 3 times 2015 levels on the S&P 500. How do you not, as Disney, as the company that has the children as their customers and who knows what else, how do you not outperform the S&P 500?
Well, how about this? You're Disney. You have the amazing franchises of all the Disney princesses, number one.
Disney princesses, you got Disneyland, you got Star Wars, you got Marvel.
Star Wars, a multi-billion-dollar franchise, Star Wars, that you pummeled into the ground.
Oh my God, they ruined it.
Then you had Marvel, right? Then you had Marvel, another multi-billion-dollar franchises, right? Then you had at least another 50 to 100 years worth of stories you could have gotten out of that. You fucking destroyed that, eviscerated, pummeled it to the ground. And then you had the other aspect of Lucasfilm, which is Indiana Jones, which you also massacred.
Ruined and that Willow, one too.
Which you also massacred. I mean, dude, they lost what, like $22 billion in like less than in like 6 months or something like that. It was insane.
Dude, this is the look. Let's compare. Let's just do a comparison. I mean, look, I grew up with this stuff, dude. All the best, like Disney stuff, all that stuff, a lot of that, Star Wars, Disney, 70s, 80s. That's when that stuff came to be. When film reached a new point in writing, in effects, in everything, right? And I'm gonna add Disney onto this chart, and it's gonna be at the same percent scale as soon as whenever it populates. I don't know what's going on here. There it goes. So Disney from 20 2009. Okay, that's around the time that I think they bought Iron Man. I mean, they bought Marvel is around maybe 2010, the early teens, right?
Mhm.
And look, Disney was a monster, and then all the way up until 2021, because of course in the pandemic it took a fat dump, right? But they're still making decent movies. They had the Marvel movies were still okay then, you know. Endgame I think is the last decent
Last
Marvel
one.
movie.
That was it.
That was it, and then all of a sudden everything just freaking went rainbow. But here we go here. All of a sudden, 2021, the free money runs out. Disney compresses all the way down below the SP 500. So I'm sorry, dude, but all I have to say is that there's going to be a lot of correction, and I mean like societal correction before Disney has a chance.
Yeah.
There's that's that. That's it. All right, cool. Well, let's roll over to the private. I want to hear about what your friends in Levant, as Velas would say.
Oh yes, yes. I'll tell you. I mentioned it a little bit on yesterday's show.
We're still on the YouTube though. I don't know if you want to.
No, switch us over. YouTube, join us. Come on. Listen to us for free. At least join us, learn something, and make some money. How about that?
I
It's a
love
good
it.
deal. You're gonna need
I'm
it.
gonna put up the
especially
QR
if you're
code here
busy.
real quick so y'all
Flash
can
the
find
QR
us.
code, and I will flash my body in front of the camera.
No, we want people to come to us, not run away.
You got it. Yes, this is true.
It's true. No, we got the gorilla. You'll just scare people. I mean, you might actually.
I might either that or someone might shoot me, thinking that it is some sort of a wild animal has escaped.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
All right, man. Give us the send off, brother.
All right, you savages. Listen, stop listening to us. Stop procrastinating. Stop dilly-dallying. Join Algo Factory. Listen to the shows. Get educated, get entertained, and make some money. Join us right now. AlgoFactory.tech. Cowboy, flash that QR code. The link is in the description box. And with that being said, we're over and out. Take it away, Cowboy.
Beautiful.